JJJ, co-founder synopsis at 5:01 a.m. And it's a text from ZoomInfo Technologies that says, important message. Please check your personal email for an important message from ZoomInfo. I said, you're done.
The text is making the email company sound that's an amazing way. Like it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
So someone that was at ZoomInfo for 9 years, again, got the message. This person even said, they didn't even check their text messages. I went to go log into Slack at 6 a.m. like I always do because they're a good worker, and they just couldn't log in. So 9 years there, and you just look at the text. They got 1,000 employees in the layoff. You can't call everyone and be like, hey, I'm sorry. Should you give someone that's been there for 9 years, which is a lifetime in tech, maybe a call? I don't think there's a good answer here, unfortunately.
I get it. There's 1,000 people, but there's still a better way to do it than, hey, you've lost access to the system, so just check your personal email. What the?
I do.
What the heck?
I just don't think there's a good answer. If I'm the CEO, I'm probably going with the Irish layoff.
Irish layoff.
Look, it's happening.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Vector. You know them, the ones with the cute little ghosties in the feed, aka your favorite marketing team's favorite ad targeting tool. See why at vector.co.
Hello, Taslin.
Hello, Timothy. Welcome to episode 61 of Notorious B2B. 61. Can you believe it? We are officially we're officially over a year old then, because there's 52 weeks in a year. Even with some weeks that we've skipped, it's happened.
True.
Yeah.
It's freaking crazy.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
I think we're at 1 year, 4 months. So you forgot about it. It's all right. Something
like that. We have a lot of LinkedIn updates.
Very interesting LinkedIn updates. New CEO, by the way. So
yes. Okay. What do we got?
First one, a very interesting one, because I've thought about this for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And it is the top voices. So they do it every month. The top voices, they get the little blue kind of check mark, or not check mark, but like the little IN symbol, little symbol on your profile. I've always wanted one, by the way.
The blue badge. Oh my gosh. Remember when they were doing yellow badges and we had to just contribute to their stupid AI articles to get it. And oh my God, I can't believe I participated in that, to have that badge for a couple of months. But yeah, we've since not seen any collaborative articles. But you know what I didn't realize? I didn't realize that they did this every month. I thought it was like a once a year thing. Okay.
Every month. So they get a new class. I don't think they change everyone, because I think some people keep their own badges. Like if you got it in April, I think you still keep it. For some reason, I saw a lot more in May. So maybe they do it it's not as public every month. But I've talked about it before.
When they had the collaborator badges or the other ones, these are top voice. That one was that one was called something else. I can't even remember anymore. But those, you had them for 60 days. And I know that there's a time limit on this. You get the badge, say you get it in May, and I think it's 3 or 6 months or something like that. And then they reevaluate whether you keep it. Something like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of these people are probably going to lose it, I hope. So here's why I want to bring it up. Because I've been around for a while. And I see some people with it. I'm like, all right, makes sense. I get it. I get it. Yeah. And there's some people I see with it, and I'm like, why? Yeah. Why did you get it? I'm not knocking anyone, but I was trying to do some kind of analysis here. Okay. I basically copy and paste all of it. Who are these, these top voices, you say? Okay. So first off, there's no criteria with the followers, I don't think. So actually, it's all over the place. I mean, followers don't matter, I guess, but it is all over the place. So actually, 21% of them were under 10,000 followers. I saw some that were 2,200 followers type of thing.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So 20 people of it 21 were under 10K, 10K to 25K, about 29 people, 25K to 50K, 21 people. So it is kind of spread out. Okay. 50K to 100K, 14%, 100K had 13%. Okay. It is spread out. One big thing I did notice is most of them do work at huge companies. By the way, 3 of them work at Microsoft. So I don't know if you should be kind of giving your own people this kind of thing. Lame. Okay. But a lot of them do work at big companies. You got your Wall Street Journal, Zoom CMO, Sony, Disney.
I saw an NBC reporter.
Yeah.
That was on there.
A bunch of editors and reporters, Google, Ramp, Asia Society, PitchBook. I mean, it goes online. There's tons of stuff there. Okay. And a lot of these people are pretty kind of famous. Like Josh D'Amaro, who's the CEO of Walt Disney. Yeah. He has, he's got 110,000 followers.
Yeah.
biggest, one of the huge companies. Homeboy has only posted once a month.
It's like a repost of the company post. Close.
To be fair, his last one was congratulating Bob Iger. So like he became the new Josh became the new CEO. So it was like that kind of post.
Yeah.
That was 1 month ago.
Okay.
Before that, it was another one. Congratulations to other people. So he's just doing the congrats around.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I get why you're on it because you do have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
But like you're not the most active, and it's literally just
Yeah.
Thank you to our 900 million guests, which is great, by the way, for Disney. Like I get it, like that's awesome, but like that's your post. Like you're not. I wouldn't say you're a top voice. You're a top person in the world for sure.
You're a top person.
But like, what's the criteria here? I kept going down the line. Like there's some other people that are very famous, like on YouTube, like Nick Giovanni. He's like a YouTube chef.
Okay.
He's got like 7,300 followers. Again, followers don't matter. He's big on YouTube. I'll give him that. Like he's big on YouTube.
Yeah.
He does post once a week, twice a week, but it's literally just his YouTube clips. And like what's the criteria here? He's not like a LinkedIn top voice. He's a YouTube top voice for sure. But like,
okay. So I have a couple of theories.
Okay.
One, they're obviously famous people to incentivize them to engage on the platform a little bit more. Okay. Because that just looks good for LinkedIn. So that's one. Two, even if they don't interact, it's aura farming. Like, oh, look at this. Like Walt Disney, whatever. He's on here. Like you should be on here too. And like, look at all these famous people on LinkedIn. And then very little of that is actual content creation. So the only person I knew who was on there is Christina Lay.
Yes.
And
there's another person too. I just can't remember who it was, but I knew who they were. Yeah. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. But Christina Lay is like, her content, not only does she post content, she's good. She's really good.
Been doing it for a while. So it's like, there's also this kind of merit to it.
Yes. So with her, she's probably the only person on there that I'm like, that makes sense. Because even the YouTube guy, he's not posting on LinkedIn. And the top voice isn't top voice in the world. It's supposed to be top voice on LinkedIn.
Top voice.
Yeah.
Oh, the other one I know is Ian Evans, who's your best friend from TLDV.
Oh,
his counterpart. He's epic.
Yes, he is good. Great.
He started off I think he started off on TikTok and Instagram. Great videos. But then he moved into LinkedIn and they're blowing up.
Yes. Yeah. Great. Well deserved.
This is another person. He's got again, followers don't matter, but he's got 15,688, which is actually good.
Yeah.
But compared to like a John who has 100,000 plus.
Yeah.
But he has great content. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's funny because I wonder if the Walt Disney CEO stepped down or whatever, got fired, and then he became fractional CEO, would he have 900,000 freaking followers? No, it's the title and the company that you work at that affords you the social status, right. And that's it. So I'm sure LinkedIn has some other agendas in assigning these top voices, and also goes to show that LinkedIn's like vast. When we covered Roslansky stepping down, I think there's how many billions of people now? 2 billion or something on LinkedIn. And so it's like, there's a lot. So they have to span all the kingdoms of LinkedIn. You look like you've discovered something. What?
I might get some hate for this.
Oh,
let me just explain.
Okay.
There's a creator here. So I was looking for like the low followers. Like what's like, why did they make it essentially? Like are they on the up and up? Or like they post a lot? There's this lady here, Leanna Deeb.
Yeah.
She has 2,212 followers on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Followers don't matter. Not saying that they do. She posted once 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So 3 weeks ago, she posted twice. 4 weeks ago, once.
Okay.
A month ago. So she posted like 7 times in the last like 6 weeks, then drops down to 9 months. So Homegirl has posted maybe 7 times in a year.
Oh my God.
Again, not bashing her, but her 9-month post ago was time 100 creators. So she's clearly big on other stuff.
Yes.
But again, like this is LinkedIn top voice.
Yeah. Like, so basically.
Oh, actually 9 months was the first time she posted it.
Oh no.
She has like 10 posts total.
Okay. So couple things. 1, zero idea what the criteria is. 2, I'm jealous. You know how much effort we put into freaking LinkedIn? Where's Arch?
I don't want it, to be honest. Done. Don't.
I kind of want it. I want it.
I almost made like a logo just to put it on there.
Oh, let's make our own and put it on there. Just copy it.
Yeah. Like the Beehive CEO, he got one. He's active. Like,
yes,
he's got like 66,000 followers.
Yeah.
I get that.
He's great. He comments too. So he's like very engaged.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of like Super Bowl champions on here too.
Okay. If you're going to be LinkedIn top voice, like I don't care about all the other criteria. The bare minimum table stakes, you have to be consistently active on this platform. I don't think that's too much to ask, right? That's it.
I agree.
Okay.
Lame.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. So I'm on Instagram, doom scrolling. Okay. And I find this profile and I'm like, what a brilliant idea. I mean, it takes a little bit of research, but what a brilliant idea. Wish I came up with it first. And so it's this guy, Matthew Lazarus. Okay. And he has this account and all it does, his entire account is just him talking about tech CEOs. So he takes a clip of tech CEOs making some ridiculous confident prediction like they usually do in their, their kickoffs or their product launches or whatever. And then they are catastrophically wrong. Okay. So that's his entire niche expertise. So anybody wants to argue about the niche, argue with the wall. So if for anyone looking, it's lazonomics.inc and he has 10,400 followers. He has 46 posts. So he was posting other stuff before, but then he started this content series and he's on day 28. So for the last 28 days, he's been posting different business executives' predictions and how they're wrong. But the one I want to share today is the one he did with Meta.
I was going to ask about that. Like, this got to be on there, right? Like Metaverse.
It is 1,000% on there. And we're going to play this.
CEO makes a prediction with complete confidence and catastrophically messes it up.
And within the next decade, the metaverse will reach 1 billion people, host hundreds of billions of dollars of digital commerce, and support jobs for millions of creators and developers.
80. So he covers
They want to put.
And so it's Zuckerberg talking about how the metaverse is going to create all these jobs and then an estimated $80 billion loss, which we did cover on Notorious B2B a few episodes ago. So he just does all of these. He's done ones for Theranos. Which that would have been a good one. There's Atlassian, IBM. So there's a bunch of like B2B companies in here as well, not just B2C. Yeah, Facebook, Spotify, Allbirds. I'm sure that one has a lot to do with shoes and pivoting to AI, WeWork. So there's tons in here. Great account. I went a rabbit hole. So good. That's
awesome. That's good. Yeah. Check that out.
I feel like we should do some kind of stance like that for Notorious B2B.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Yeah. A circle back series and do the circle back that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Moving on.
Big update from LinkedIn again. Yeah. This is the LinkedIn show, isn't it?
LinkedIn show.
Now, this is a credible source because it's the chief product officer at LinkedIn who says this is going down. So Hari
Srinivasan.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you. I'm Indian.
That's fair. Yeah.
These are the only names I can pronounce. So there you go.
So LinkedIn adding a new feature for your profile. This is just organic here. We're talking profiles, not ads anymore. So this is posts. Your LinkedIn profile is one of the most discoverable places on the internet. So why not use it to directly build your business or side hustle? Our latest update lets you schedule time and collect payments directly from your profile. Starting with the US business subscribers first. These are foundations we know you'll all use in other ways too, with more to come soon. And it's a GIF showing exactly what it is. So basically, you go onto someone's profile, and they'll have another button here that says, get one-on-one advice. I'm assuming you can kind of change that. You can click on it. It'll tell the price and like what you kind of offer. And you can basically just check out right there. So you can, all right, so it says, get advice from me, clicks on it, get a one-on-one advice with Kira Oliver in this example, what to expect, the price. You can select date and time. You can schedule a call, pay for it right there as well. It looks like it's got Apple Pay and then whatever this other link is. Then you can book it and pay, essentially.
Amazing.
Is it?
I actually kind of like that a lot.
You can do it.
I don't know if I'll do it because more of a consolidation type issue, right? Like I want to know, does it integrate with other stuff? Because right now, everything I have kind of filters into HubSpot, and then my payments all are in like a single tool. So I want to know if there's going to be some integration there where I can kind of set it up. It could do it directly in LinkedIn. I'm fine with that. It adds less friction, but will it talk to my tools? I'm sure eventually it will do that. I don't know if it will right now. The other thing is, obviously, LinkedIn's not doing this for free.
No.
Are they what is their percentage they're taking off the top? And then if you have, I don't know, Link has been easy to pay with. I use that to pay some of my writers. So I do like that. It stores all your information. Apple Pay obviously does the same thing. Are they taking any kind of like service fee, or is it just more purely,
it's not for everyone. It's business service. You have to, it's like you have to be
premium. Stop it.
Probably premium.
You know what? At least there's one good feature about premium, because right now premium is just, you can see who's viewed your profile and send a message. Those aren't like enough reasons for me to have premium. I don't care if someone comes to my profile. I'm not scraping that, and I don't need to send messages outside of my 25 a month or whatever. So maybe, but also, are they going to start blocking other stuff? Like in my profile, my featured profile, I have links to a form and things like that. Will they block all of that because they want me to use this feature? TBD.
I don't think they're going to block you from doing that. I think they're just trying to add more features to the premium. I have premium. I don't think it's rolled out to me yet. I don't see an option to add this. I base premium, so it's not like it's super premium. So it might be that too. So I don't think they're going to take a cut off of it. I think they're trying to just get people to do it. My thing, I guess, is, will people actually do it? Because I think there is people on LinkedIn that already do it, because you can add a website profile already.
Yes.
It's just obviously more friction. Like if you can set it up, like people have set it up in the past, so that, it's always been an option. The people that are heavily, are a top voice probably already do this, right? So you can do that. I think this is just making it less friction. But the question is, will people do it? Do people want to pay, your fee just to talk to you for an hour? Probably, actually. I bet you it's going to turn into a sales thing, in the sense of like, if someone offers, if you're like, let's just say you're the head of marketing at Anthropic, and you offer this kind of service for people, and it's like $150 an hour, a half hour, every 15 minutes. Let's say 15 minutes, because they're big time. I bet you salespeople will book it just to talk to them.
Oh God. Why? We are the worst, because that is 100% where I could see it going.
It's happening. I can guarantee it will happen. People,
they'll be like, it's an easy for me to, I would pay $150 to get a meeting with,
it's a big deal.
With
100%.
Anthropic, with a prospect.
Do they hate you? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you're paying them. So no, I mean, it's your 15 minutes. Like, do you? I mean, it is you paid it.
I guess it's no different than the people who are like, we'll give you $150 gift card to take a demo. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, but you could say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could say no to that. You don't have to oblige. Like, you don't have to do anything. This, you're paying now. Now you feel like
you're obligated.
You have to be on the call. Obviously,
you can just return the money, but it's still, now it's an additional management step.
It's gonna be a whole thing. I'm sure that's not easy. And if you do that enough times, you're gonna get flagged.
True.
I'm just saying. Or maybe we just gave people ideas, and that's not the smartest thing. So please don't do that.
Damn. The other feature in there, they talked about scheduling time. I wonder, would they be able to do the scheduling time without the payments thing? So you could just be like, I don't want to do payments, but people can do like, hey, I want to pick your brain, whatever. Maybe you do free. You can just be like, yeah, here, book time with me.
But people already do that. Like, you just put a link. You just put your scheduling link if you want that.
Yeah, I guess. All right, TBD, how we will ruin this for sure in B2B.
I mean, I might just, if I get access to it, I might just put a number out there, be like 2,500, like, just see what happens.
2,500. Stop it.
I want it to be annoying enough that they won't do it. I don't want people to do it.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible. Like 2,500 and people just book. It might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about
like
that.
5.
People do ask me if I would charge for just like a 1 hour consulting, I want to pay for your time or whatever. And so I do know somebody, Nick Brokema, I love him on LinkedIn. He always posts really good content, but he charges for a consulting hour. And so it'll be like $250 or $500. I don't remember what it was, but if you book that time with him, not only will you get the time, you can actually ask questions. He'll give you like tactical advice. And obviously if that turns into something, you can credit that towards, a deal. So I'm like, that's kind of a cool, little offer kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll try it.
It's
I don't know.
something.
Yeah. Something. So you have like 4 or 5 of those a month, $500. That's $2,500,
Yeah.
Just saying.
I like they're trying.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to
Big prompt energy.
Big prompt energy.
Big prompt energy.
What do we got?
We got some more big prompts. So, well, if you didn't notice, Claude usages are getting crazy. So they did something about it though. Now, so Claude basically got a bunch of megawatts, make it very specific here, on capacity from SpaceX. So SpaceX helped them out a little bit, which is interesting because they're kind of competitors.
Yeah.
Because, Elon has Grok, but budget. They gave him the 300 megawatts, which opens up the capacity. Now, if you look on the Anthropic website now, so just to be clear, because I got confused at first, it opens up your kind of output and kind of the usage. It doesn't really save you money, but I'm trying to credit max out here. So it's perfect for everyone. You can just spend more money. It's just great deal.
So they were running into a capacity issue.
Yes.
Outside of us running into usage limits. They've increased their capacity. We will still continue to hit usage walls, but now we can pay more.
Yes.
And it's 100%. Less of a burden on their system as basically the TLDR. Okay. I want to talk to you about my rant on Claude the last couple of weeks. Okay. So you, me, and Kaylee have a group chat going where we share stuff about our businesses. We do that all the time. Kaylee, she's like at the front, she's like AI first, and she usually hides all this information from us, and we have to pepper her with questions. And then she's like, oh yeah, I built all this crazy stuff and I just didn't tell you guys. So both of you then jumped on the Claude train. And I was still on GPT. Then I procrastinated. You migrated everything over to Claude. I procrastinated, continued to, and kept everything GPT. Then everyone's like, Claude Code, Claude Code. Kaylee built a bunch of stuff, Claude Code. I know other people, Adamola, whatever, built a bunch of stuff in Claude Code. Then Codex came out. And everyone on YouTube, on the internet's like, Codex is way better than Claude. It's way better for non-technical people. The interface is way better, whatever. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I haven't migrated to Claude. I'm going to do Codex and give it a shot. At the same time, I was jealous of the Claude thing. So I also paid for the $100 plan on Claude, which is, what is that? The max plan or whatever, and gave it a $200 usage upgrade if I needed it. It's a $200 cap. So it can't spend more than $300 a month for me to use Claude. Cool. I'm paying for the $20 subscription on ChatGPT, just so everybody knows. Okay. Now I was like, okay, I have too much going on with AI tools. I have Lovable, GPT, and Codex, Claude, Gemini, that just comes in my workspace. I'm overwhelmed already. So this is what I did. I said, okay, so I gave Claude and GPT/Codex the same task. Okay. Which is, hey, do some research for this client. Like I was just doing a testing thing. I was like, okay, and then help me with these wireframes, whatever. Here's what I did. 2/3 of the way through the research, Claude goes, FYI, you've hit 90% of your limit. I paid $300 for Claude. Okay. $300 says 90% of your usage limit. You're about to hit it. GPT is still freaking going. Codex is still going. Codex finishes the research, right? Follows my format. Claude strays. It's doing all this bullshit. Okay. On all, getting all this other stuff that I didn't ask for, just wasting away the tokens on stuff I don't even need. I'm thinking it's being very comprehensive. GPT and Codex finished the entire research, the wireframes, copy over some of the text, even into Figma for me. And I was still at 78%. I had 78% of my capacity still. Left. My usage is still left. So it only used 22%. How insane is that? So then I went and did a bunch of what's the difference between the two? And it said, Codex, it has 4 times more token efficiency than Claude. And I'm like, great. guess what happened? I downgraded Claude. Yeah, I downgraded Claude to $20 a month. My GPT is still at $20 a month, and Codex, it uses the same, whatever your ChatGPT plan, Codex uses the same thing. I still have not run into a limit, and I'm on the $20 plan with Codex. Yeah, I took all my skills that I built in Claude and just put it into Codex. They didn't even need to rebuild it. They just, it's a markdown file, so it just uses the same markdown file.
Doesn't have to rebuild it.
Done. That was my migration. Done. No, I gave it the markdown files, which are the skills I already built in Claude. And it's great. Now it's like, cool. I got all the skills, built it all out, revamped it, updated any of them based on the stuff that we've had. The end.
I have to go back.
The end.
Sweet. Over it.
Now you have to migrate back. Although I will say that I told a few people and Adamola was like, no, don't go to Codex, blah, blah, blah. Claude Code's the best, yada, yada. But also I'm not as technical. And so I don't like to work in the terminal a lot. And that way Codex is very like app based and more
I've
intuitive.
heard from technical folks.
If you're non-technical.
So
that's where we are.
What? Like all the engineers are actually, from what I understand, are actually using, all the real engineers, not the LinkedIn fronters, are actually using Codex.
Yes. There are lots of people now because all I do is just consume stuff about AI because I'm so overwhelmed and there's just so much. And I always have that anxiety of I'm just behind. But now all the AI bros are like, Codex. Even the YouTube channels that were like Claude Cowork and Claude Code are the best, blah, blah, blah. They're like, this is how Codex is way better than Claude Code. So I'm like, all right, just saying. I know. And then Anthropic will release something else and then Claude Code will be better. So, but I'm just going to stick to one thing. I've told myself this. I'm like, focus. Do not get carried away between migrating. Stay focused. Build stuff that can actually help you.
I've never even hit
stay
limits,
focused.
So
that's it. Okay.
Zero. I've never hit any.
That's my rant. End rant.
I'm clearly not doing as much.
You haven't. I've hit limits so many times. Yeah. Nash told me when I told him, I was like, hey, I want to try out, Claude. He's like, you are going to hit your limits like very, very quickly.
Moving on.
Okay. Moving on. So just a couple of weeks ago, I put out a post and I said the best part, people who are using AI and actually creating quality outputs are because they keep the human in the loop. Now there is a company called Recursive Superintelligence, and this company has raised $400 million at a $4 billion valuation, has 20 employees, no website, no public announcement. The only trace of them existing is that they had filed like
I've heard of this
an incorporation or whatever. Yes. Okay. But they've raised 400 million. Now, why is this one important? Because their whole premise is a self-evolving, self-teaching AI that removes the human from the loop. Their whole POV is the reason why AI sucks and the outputs are bad or like it gets stuck is because of the human being the bottleneck. So we're just going to remove the human altogether. And our favorite, NVIDIA, was one of the companies that gave them their funding and supported them. And so we're screwed, we're screwed. Because that's where it's going to eventually go. Is they're going to remove, they're trying to get the human out of the loop.
To just go on a farm. Like, we just want to hang out outside and like be creative, right? Like, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to like front run that. Like let us like universal income. I think that's what we're going for, right? Like that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
100%, right? Like they're taking the money to help everyone else out. 100%. Yeah. A little sarcasm there, clearly.
Okay.
A little sarcasm.
How do they make money? Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, I don't know I didn't pick up on that, but I don't know where that leaves us or knowledge work in general, because ultimately, if we're removed from the equation, one, how well can it do? But two, maybe not now, but later, can it? I don't know.
Humans are cooked.
I guess we'll see. So anyway, that's where this company's going, and they won't be the last. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you know if anything new.
Hey there, Jess Cook, head of marketing at Vector here. And anyone who listens to Tass and Tim on Notorious B2B is a friend of mine. So I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Native targeting is filling your funnel with ghosts. Wouldn't you rather put your ad dollars toward, I don't know, people on your website, clicking your ads, researching your competitors? I know I would. Vector lets you build ad audiences from those exact people, unlike native targeting, which gatekeeps that shit. only letting you pick like some titles and industries and then just trusting them to show your ads to the right people. Boo. Okay. Rant over, go to vector.co and get your ad audiences right.
So here's another interesting one with, companies using AI for good since we're not evil. Just kidding. It's all evil. Okay. So here's an article from The Atlantic. It says first companies used AI to analyze worker productivity. Now they're using it to supercharge corporate surveillance by monitoring employee emotion. So there's this technology and it's referred to in the industry as, quote, emotion AI or affective computing. And what it does is monitors an employee through their company devices to draw conclusions on their attitude and morale in the workplace. The Slack integration, Aware, advertises its ability to continuously monitor messages for sentiment and toxicity. Microsoft's cloud computing software, Azure, also allows employers to theoretically use AI to batch analyze workers' chat messages. Morphcast's Zoom extension tracks in real time meeting participants' attention, excitement, and positivity. But the idea that emotions can be objectively measured or analyzed at all is fantasy. That's what they're saying in the article. One expert told them that hundreds of studies show how difficult it is to derive objective analysis on human emotion, given its inherent variability. Other studies show that AI replicates the biases of the data it's trained on. So obviously, if it, has these patterns, it's going to try to force the narrative of those patterns. Anyway, they're challenging it as oversimplistic, but that doesn't stop the fact that these companies are going to try to do that, right? I can tell you one thing. When I was in-house, the way I coped was by complaining. And so I had my few core coworkers that we were buddy-buddy with. And it's like a pressure cooker. You have all this buildup of the pivoting and all the terrible news and all of this stuff. And you confide in each other and then you can go about your day. If they were using a tool like this, they'd be like, wow, she is so toxic. Get her the hell out of here. But they're going to continue to do it. The global emotion AI market is expected to triple by 2030 to $9 billion.
Yeah, I think to your point, part of the fun about being in house, like the drama, like you can kind of like talk to other people about it. And so like, you get off the call with like your boss and text and it's like, you can get you can get off your chest type of thing. But if they're monitoring that and they see that, they're going to be like, well, let's talk. And it's going to be really odd and weird. And just like, you basically have to be a robot, essentially. The thing is, like, at first you're like, oh, is this even legal? Yeah, it probably is because it's company computers and it's company laptop and like phones and they're going to end up getting you more hardware, computer, so they can monitor
software.
Like every employee's going to now get a phone. You know what I mean? Like they're going to start giving you a phone alongside the laptop, and a dual screen, and a car, so they can monitor you. Essentially, maybe not the car. Maybe that's too far.
Imagine the Zoom calls, though. You know how many people are not paying attention on those meetings? And then you have AI just like scanning your face constantly and being like, Brober was not paying attention during this meeting. To be fair,
there's going to be good sides of it too. Like they're going to like probably see who is, I don't know, depressed or something like that and try to cheer them up. Maybe. I don't know. Or like see.
I thought you were going that's not where I thought you were going. I thought you were going to say like, they're going to see the ones who are super ecstatic and team players and be like, that person's up for promotion. Yeah.
I bet you they're going to be use it a lot for more sales calls. Like you could sell. There's always the cues probably of like who's leaning into it. Like I bet you that'll be used more over like were their eyes open based off of like what you are pitching. But like the employee side of it, I mean, tracking like the online clicker, that was already one thing. But there was also products that were created from that to make it look like you're online all the time. So I bet you someone's going to create like a face mask or something to like make it look like you're happy all the time. That's what I'm pumped about. That's what I'm excited about. 100%.
To trick the devices. It's basically what they're going to do is make sure that employees just contact each other on personal devices so that they can bitch about stuff. And then there are going to be employees who know how to get around the monitoring AI. You're going to find ways around it and people will be hacking this stuff to get a good report and things like that. So anytime you try to launch something, people are just going to find a way to get around it. There's like one of my favorite subreddits now is called Desired Path. And it's basically like architecturally, they'll build like a sidewalk, but then they they take pictures of people just, like students cutting across the courtyard instead of taking the sidewalk path. So they call it like desired path. So I'm going to always say like, you want the company's going to have like all these rules and guidelines, and we're always going to take the shortcut or ways or loopholes around it. Employees are just going to find a way to get around it.
2020.
Yeah.
Just 2020. Everyone's, I'm sick here. I'm sick. Yeah. Everyone's gonna wear glasses that are like the Superman.
I'm sick. Here's my mask.
Can't really see
my
face.
Sickness mask.
Superman reference. Anyone else? Like it blurs your face. Yeah. Oh, who's that? I don't know. Doesn't look
exactly. Oh my god.
Flag.
Okay, moving on to just flagging.
Just flagging.
Big red flag. Maybe.
This is a big red flag. Big red flag.
Just give it a second. So.
What? Okay.
The big thing here is ZoomInfo laid off 20% of the workforce. It looks like, it's like 300 people. They closed an office as well in Israel. Oh, no, sorry. 1,000 people, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
The story here, though, because look, layoffs are they're happening. This could be a layoff show, but we're not going to do that. The funny thing, though, is, and I want to just share this.
Yeah.
This is a great thing. This is just not funny at all, actually. They did it through text. So... apparently.
Oh, no.
So this is from Justin J. Johnson. What a great name. JJJ, co-founder Synopsys. He puts a screenshot of a text. It sounds like someone sent it to him that was part of the layoffs at 5:01 a.m., whatever time zone they are. And it's a text from ZoomInfo Technologies that says, important message. Please check your personal email for an important message from ZoomInfo. So essentially you're out of the system. Check your personal email so you can know what's going on. So it looks like they texted everyone and said, you're done, essentially. And then the personal email, I haven't seen any of the personal emails yet, but it looks like, I'm assuming it'd be like, here's your layoff, blah, blah, blah. So what was the other one that we had? It was just an email. Remember it was just an email saying like, you're done. This was a text.
Yes.
I kind of like the text better if I'm being honest. Because it's the lead in to the email, right? Because now trying to log in and you can't get in. You see the text, you're like, oh, okay. But if I'm getting the text before I'm starting to put Asher, my son, my mind's running. I guess that is the one qualm. But I would rather just be like, all right, you're done. Like, here's your severance. I'd rather have that, to be honest, rather than just go to the email.
Okay. So the text is making the email company sound like that's an amazing way. Like it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. But you know what I mean? Like the channel and the method is just getting worse. But I heard over the last week a different layoff story from an anonymous source. And it was like they had announced that they were going to do layoffs and they said everyone would find out the following week. Is that better or worse? Where they told everybody, hey, we're going to be doing layoffs. You'll find out whether you made the cut or not next week. I feel like that's worse. For a whole week, you're like, what do I keep doing my job?
Morale.
Like, talk about bad morale.
You can't, I mean, a week, you can't do it.
I guess you're up front
to like make the decision different. The only thing I would, you're going to have the stress for sure. But like, you're going to stress week of looking and starting to like put feelers out there. To me, I'd rather know sooner than later. Like, so I can move on with my life. Yeah.
That's me too. I would much rather know, like, just the email tell me that day.
Story.
I'm over
I was just kind of looking through some of the comments here. So someone that was at ZoomInfo for 9 years, again, got the message at 5:01 a.m. This person even said, they didn't even check their text messages. I went to go log into Slack at 6 a.m. like I always do because they're a good worker or hustler. ZoomInfo kind of, sales driven life, and they just couldn't log in. So 9 years there. And you just look at the text. Now, look, I'm not saying, similar to our story, they got 1,000 employees in the layoff. You can't call everyone and be like, hey, I'm sorry. You just can't. It's not logistically possible because a lot of the managers are also probably fired as well. I'm not saying you have to do that. Obviously, it has to be a mass thing. Should you give someone that's been there for 9 years, which is a lifetime in tech, a little bit more, maybe a call? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's a good answer here, unfortunately.
I mean, so the way they've done it historically, and I know this because I've been in-house and part of being the people who laid other people off, right? Which is brutal too from that standpoint because you have to follow a script. You can't go off script on these calls. So when you get on the call, HR briefs you on what you're supposed to say and what you're not supposed to say. You cannot show emotion. Like when I was coached to give the layoff conversation, it's terrible. Like and then HR is sitting on the call with you. So even if you wanted to go off script, you can't. You're just sitting there like, okay, I'm going to sit here and be a dickhead like they coach me to be. But the way they typically do it is they stagger. So they do, all the ICs under the managers. So before they get rid of all the managers have to communicate to the ICs, hey, I'm so sorry, you've been let go. Maybe a step level. So it's like if they did get rid of the manager, then that manager's boss who's remaining at the company will do it and then have that conversation. An HR rep is typically on the call the entire time. And when I was laid off, the HR person who was on the call with me was also laid off, but her last duties expected of her the last 2 days was to sit in on all of the layoff calls, like, and be the HR rep for that.
No.
Yes. So she messaged, because they probably hold the severance over her head. She messaged me after it all happened and said, hey, by the way, I'm part of the layoffs too. I just had to sit there through, all day where they're telling people they're let go. I just want to let you know that you handled it so well. I did not handle my own conversation well either. But, especially when they were like, you got to go sit, not only deal with the emotions of you getting laid off, deal with everybody's emotions that you had to lay off at the company. So some of those rules are like, they start with the ICs, then the managers, then the directors, then whoever. And then, it's funny because all the employees are expected not to burn the bridge. But when the company does it, like, they burn the bridge, and that's okay. So there's always a double standard, and I get it. There's 1,000 people, but there's still a better way to do it than, hey, you've lost access to the system, so just check your personal email. What the?
I do.
What the heck?
I just don't think there's a good answer. And if I'm the CEO, I'm probably going with the Irish layoff. Like, that's it. Like, I'm going with the Irish layoff. I'm sorry.
Irish layoff.
Like, it's happening. Like, you can't, it's hard to
oh
do.
My gosh.
It's hard to lay off 1,000 people in one day. You just can't. And, from the other side of it, I do remember layoffs happening, and because you start getting the Slack messages. Oh, blah, blah, blah was just laid off. And who's getting laid off because you see the 15-minute HR meeting on the calendar. And then everyone's starting to worry, am I going to get that calendar invite? Like, am I going to get that? And you start letting people know, and like it goes chaotic. So like, I feel like the Irish layoff.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it's a good thing, but logistically, or hear me out. This might be a great place for AI. Yes. AI HR layoffs.
AI layoff.
At some point, it's going to,
I knew that.
Just doing it. It's just going to be, or AI.
It will be at some point.
The good thing about that is AI has no emotions.
Yeah.
So you can swear, you can call, you can be like, fudge you, blah, blah, blah. I hate this company. Yeah.
And it would be like, I understand your frustrations, Tim.
Exactly.
I will take this into account and give feedback to the appropriate manager.
Like the smash rooms, the smash rooms, you just break TVs and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, you can break your own computer, like whatever.
But virtual. Yeah. All right.
Not saying it's right. It's just realistically it's going to happen.
Fair.
Oh, geez. Wow. Really?
Okay. And in more bad news, holy shit. Maybe, we're going to, hey guys, listen, we're going to end Notorious B2B because it's too freaking depressing.
Worse,
what the hell? Okay. In more news by these companies, this one is worse.
It's wild.
2 big companies just cut paid family leave. 2 big companies in our space, unfortunately. The article is by New York Times, and we're going to read it right here. So the share of U.S. employers offering paid family leave dropped 2 percentage points in 2025 to 31%, according to the Society for Human Resource Management. At least 2 large companies, Deloitte and Zoom, recently said they were cutting back the level of family leave they offered. At Deloitte, the cuts apply to people in certain administrative roles, and the company is also reducing vacation time and eliminating financial support for adoption, surrogacy, and IVF for those employees. It just feels like we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Does it not? Already 30% is so low already. And the US is notorious for terrible support for new parents.
Oh my God.
Even in India, it was like 6 months paid leave is off, and
you get like a whole year off.
Pay for it.
2 years. Come on. No.
Canada is 2. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. Let's look. Canada paid maternity leave. Canada's maternity leave pay provides birth mothers up to 15 weeks at 55% of their average weekly earnings, up to a maximum of $729 in 2026. Following this, parents can share 40 weeks of standard parental benefits, 55% pay, or 69 weeks of extended parental benefits at 33% pay. So you can get up to that. If you choose not to get paid at all, you can stay, you can do whatever. For paid leave, you could get up to a certain percentage, up to 69 weeks, 33% of your income, if you choose to, with extended parental benefits. That's insane, because you know why? In the US, when I had my daughter, it was 0% of my... Yeah. So it was PTO first. They used all my PTO first. Then short-term disability kicked in and gave me 50% of my income. Not the company. My company didn't pay for anything. They gave me my PTO. That's what the company did. And yeah, they gave nothing. And then I fought for it. It was one of the reasons that I left, but they eventually went to, it's like one of the richest companies I worked for. And I went to the CEO and I said, you got to change this. It's too late for me. I'm 8 months pregnant, but eventually I will have a second child. There are other people in here who are expecting kids and they need to not worry about this. And we have the money. So why aren't we doing this? And they eventually instituted Deloitte, 12 weeks full pay after I left. Great. And then I went to Deloitte and now it's gone. So yeah, anyway, but yeah, we honestly, have this
Deloitte doesn't
support in this
Zoom
country.
Does actually. That's very interesting. But I guess it's better than like going off on it and then getting fired when you get back. Or no, I don't know if that's better or not. A little uplift. Let's
okay, let's cover some like uplifting news.
Oh, this is
let's do an uplift.
This is huge. This is huge.
Yes, this is uplift for you and me.
So you probably heard of this guy, Richard van der Blom. He does all those like state of the LinkedIn type of like, here's the algorithm. Like I analyze 1 million posts type of things. I think he's got to have like some sort of partnership with LinkedIn to do this, but he does all those kind of like big carousel ads that go viral like over and over again. But one thing he posted out like last week was that LinkedIn, the comment gate post. So apparently LinkedIn's kind of like shrinking their reach and kind of, just hurting it essentially. So let's share the post here, which is very good news, by the way, if this is true.
Okay.
So here's Richard. He starts out with, stop doing this. This is why it'll get your accounts restricted. LinkedIn is now actively restricting accounts for this tactic. Shadow bans reach, oh my gosh. These choppy sentences killing me.
This is so AI.
Reach killed overnight. Some creators blocked entirely. Blah, blah, blah. He's just going on and on. So basically, he's saying I tested myself a few months ago, some simple text post, 3 lines offering my ebook for a comment. There's no ebook, just to see what the post would do. Deleted it after 3 hours because it only got 120 views. This guy's got a lot of followers, by the way. And like his posts go like, he's like one of those like, 266,000 followers.
Really?
He's one of those people where his posts go wild. Yeah.
Dang. Okay, so he's big dog.
But like the comment gate just got like no engagement, just nothing. So he was kind of like looking at other posts around about it. And it essentially, LinkedIn might be actually like kind of throttling the reach on these. And anecdotally, because I used to get a lot of these in my feed all the time, I've seen a lot less in the last like month, like a lot less.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that you mentioned it, I also have seen a lot less. I usually don't even say anything. Right. The reason why I see them on my feed is you comment on them typically. With some, you're trying to troll them, which would mean you just engaging in any capacity.
I've been seeing a lot.
Means
less.
You're going to start, you would
still
see more of that content and you haven't seen it. So
you can tell that they're not doing as well because you just have some still get a bunch of comments and stuff. Don't get me wrong. But like, I think what I have noticed though, is they're making the words longer.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing about this is comments still help you, but thoughtful comments. So like if you just type in, so you know how it used to be like comment growth, comment workflow. So like I think they're catching on to the one word, maybe even 2 word type of not, no depth to it. Comments still matter. Like if you get a bunch of comments, like asking questions, like longer feedback, they're still going to help you with the reach. I have noticed a couple that are doing like 3-word type of things, 2-word type of things, just to play around with it, but not make it too much, right? Like commenting a sentence would be way too much. Like there's no way anyone's going to do that. But I think they're playing around with the algorithm there. So I think it is throttling it a little bit, which is awesome.
But Yeah, it's awesome. What I wonder if, they are just going to evolve their tactics back to humans will find a loophole. And I wonder if instead of saying comment a word, it's going to say, answer this question and I'll send it over to you or something like that. And the question is like, how are you, how often do you post on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Or what's your, something like that. And so the answers are a little bit different. People are still commenting. It's an answer to a question, but it's not enough to derive a pattern where LinkedIn could pick up and say, oh, this is a comment. It'll just look like it's engagement.
I will say it's not going to do as well just because it's a lot of work. I'm not saying that's a good, like, if a lot of people just do it because it's easy, Claude.
Yes.
Claude. Just comment Claude. Comment Claude. Comment Claude. Claude. I will comment Claude. And you'll get the thing. It makes it a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
I think if you have to like think about it and like people aren't going to do it as much. I think there's just like a friction there that's not going to be helpful.
Yeah.
A side note on the comment thing, Instagram, if you're like on Instagram, it's rampant there as well. No.
Oh yeah. But it doesn't, I don't know why it doesn't bother me as much on Instagram.
Some of it is
I'm
annoying,
almost like expecting
you also
it on
always,
Instagram.
because there's actual proper tools where you always get the thing. And it's just a better experience. Some of them do annoy me because I'll be watching a video and it'll be like, the headline will be like something like, here's my top 5 ways to save money on a flight. Comment to get it. Bullshit. Makes me so mad. I'm like, no, just give me it. We're here.
I know. For me, it's like, I follow a lot of like short, petite, curvy girls or whatever, like outfits and stuff, because regular clothes don't fit us differently. So they'll like, they're put this outfit together and it's like, oh, in the video, it'll say, the link to these pants or what, or all of them are down there. Comment for these freaking pants. I'm like, I'm so annoyed. But then I did try it. But the nice thing about Instagram is if you follow them and you comment, it's automatic in your DMs.
Way better.
It just comes in there and it's like automatic. There's the link. And I'm like, oh, I didn't have to wait. It's just such a better experience. But Instagram likes that. They obviously created that feature to allow for that.
It's just some bullshit. Like, give me a code. That's that. I'll comment for a code.
Yeah, I know.
If I get 20% off some pants, oh yeah, I'll comment. 20% off.
Oh,
software?
yeah.
I might comment.
Ooh.
I might do that. That's not bad.
Might comment. Yeah, I might comment. Right. I would do it. Wonder if I should I'll put a post on it and be like, comment and you'll get X off something you buy from me.
Speaking of epic comments or commenters. Dun it.
What?
Inside joke for many people that
Oh, yes. So true. Okay. Chris Walker is back on the docket, but this time, maybe we will eat our words. Okay. So I saw this post by one of our favorite guys, Jean Burke. So it just all happened to be the same week that we saw this. Okay. So let's see here. All right. John Burke says, I had this incredible retreat since the beginning of the year. No social media, no stressful clients, no posting on LinkedIn. I've been building a new peaceful life where my job and tech don't define me. It's been hard and I can't thank Chris Walker enough for showing me that a successful but not stressful life like this can exist. I went to the North Pole in December and the quietness started everything. And this entire year since has been about finding and focusing on my true identity and identity without tech. It almost felt guilty posting on LinkedIn. It's been such a good year. I realized the city, London, where I'd always wanted to move to, started to feel chaotic and loud. I didn't need to be around this chaos anymore. Now I'm moving to a small town in Wales next week, finally making peace with things. And since I'm making peace with things, here's one more thing. With the proper SDC, proper Salesforce integration, PMax is actually working. So he's obviously still doing paid. And it was just a funny, he still got a business that can afford him his little life in the quiet town of Wales, whatever. So this was the post I saw. I was like, oh, okay. He's praising the Chris Walker method. In the same week, then I get an email because Adam Robinson does a webinar every week and he also posts about it on LinkedIn. So I found Adam Robinson's post, which also is reflected in the newsletter that I got. And he said, everybody thinks Chris Walker has lost his mind. They say he's a fraud. Here's why they're wrong. And he's going to kill it in his second act with Encoded. To set the stage, he's an OG LinkedIn influencer who I became friends with. He talked about demand gen and built several businesses. About a year ago, he vanished from LinkedIn. When he came back, the content was nothing like what it was before. So what did Chris write about when he came back? Wait for it. Frequency training. Side note, I'm listening to some random podcast about some lady who's like living big or whatever. And she talked about frequency and vibration. So this is not a new concept, by the way. This is not like he invented this. This is like he bought into it and he's like, oh, B2B needs this. People I work with need it. I'm going to talk about it there. And he maybe created his own framework for it. So he talks about high and low frequency behavior patterns, beliefs, companies, friends, you name it. There's a high and low frequency version of it. I, like many other people, were like, where the hell did this come from? A mega heavy dose psychedelic trip, a new girl, a combination of both. That was us. Was this a new passion or something he was going to make a business? A few months ago, I met up with him in Aspen on one of the few epic powder days of the year. Powder days of the year. And once he described the product he had in market, I understood exactly what he was doing and I signed up myself. Key. He signed up himself. So here's the summary of Encoded and my experience. You fill out a super detailed questionnaire about how you see life, where you want to go, how you feel about it all. Chris sends you a hard copy journal to write in every day. And then his AI spits out 15 sentences that you write every day. 5 on clarity of self, 5 on empowering beliefs, 5 on your encoded certainty. You free flow journal for 2 pages every morning, then write these positive sentences over and over again. Once I saw what the AI cranked out for me, it was clear how writing these 15 sentences every day would impact my life. I'm a grounded father who anchors our home in presence, play, and daily rituals that shape kind, confident kids. I'm a devoted husband who champions Helen in her art, nurtures deep trust, and leads our shared adventures with care and curiosity. I'm a craft-driven entrepreneur, yada, 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 and 12 others, and I write this stuff by hand every morning. So why is Chris going to kill it with Encoded? Because brainwashing works. This is such a well-written post, might I just add. Writing down incredibly positive things about the person I'm trying to be helps me focus on what I care about and ignore everything else. I think that's great, and I think it will help manifest the life I want to live through becoming the person I want to be. So now he says Chris is one of the best social media content creators on the face of the earth, and he's got a tofu advantage that almost nobody has. So you can write him off as a total fraud, say he's lost his mind, and make fun of him all you want. This is all things that we have said on this podcast about him, except we've never called him a fraud. We've questioned what his mental state was, but in a decade, he will have the last laugh. Mark my words. Kristen, make me write this. I have no equity. I just think it will help people. And here they are together, Adam Robinson's a very tall human being. I was almost going to say Chris Walker looks short, but I think Chris Walker's normal height and Adam Robinson's just so much taller that it makes Chris Walker look short. But yeah, so I will say this is the first time that I have seen somebody spell out what Encoded actually does. And I think Adam Robinson does it better than even the Encoded website, which you and I have been to dozens of times just on this podcast. We were like, what is he doing? Like, are we doing a yoga class together? Like, what is happening? But the fact that and we knew there was some journaling because Jean Burke kind of told us about it, but no one really spelled out, here are the steps. Here's what it does. Here's why and how you could use it. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts?
No, I thought about this.
Done.
Not really, not like a lot, but.
Okay.
Yeah, ever since like John Burke's.
You mean
post.
the last 5 minutes while I was talking? You thought about it?
What Chris is saying fundamentally, it makes a lot of sense. Like it's actually right. Like he's right to an extent, right? I think the 996 is bullshit. I think, there's different ways of living, right? You can do whatever you want. I just think some of the mumble jumble he puts to it makes it sound worse than it is. Like the principles and what he's trying to do is right. Like I get journaling. I don't do it every day, but I've done it. And I have a journal like over here that I used to use it a lot, especially before I had a kid. The meditation thing, like I try to do that all the time too. Like all that stuff makes sense and it does help ground you and like get your thoughts out. And like I like writing and all that stuff. I think just the frequency stuff is just throwing it off. The attachment to that is just making it not weird, but I think it's just giving it a weird thing.
Yes. I think, that the jargon around it is what's creating this air of, is it weird? Like, or is this like a guru thing? Like, what is this? I don't understand it, whatever. I think if he wrote about it in a way that Adam Robinson did, where Adam Robinson said high frequency like one time in that whole thing, but he actually just spelled out the steps. If Chris Walker was like, hey, I was really stressed out, which he did talk about. He was like, I was really burnt out, stressed out. Then, I started doing a lot of self-reflection. I found that to be really good. I'm a huge advocate for journaling, but a lot of it is like staring into a blank space or too generic. How do you make something that's more specific to your life and like your specific goals? Personally, right? What is the point of work if you're not going to achieve your personal goals and how you want to live life? Cool. You want to be less stressed? I have a way. You want to be more reflective and more intentional? I have a way. But instead of saying like, it's this high frequency, yada, yada, you're suddenly turning it into more of like a religious experience. And I think there might be a lot of people, especially in our areas, that might be a little more resistant to that. So you're right. I think it's all in the phrasing, the positioning.
Yeah, and frequency is not
the position.
But like, I think attacking words of things has made him a career. Dark social.
I mean,
those things have made him a career, and those things matter.
Like dark social
from a marketing standpoint. They definitely look. ABM was made up. Like that killed. That made a lot of companies a lot of money. I think this one, isn't sitting yet. Maybe I think the frequency thing is just not sitting yet. I think there's just correct.
But we don't know because there are diehard Chris Walker fans. Until if it's an AI, I'm imagining it's more like SaaS product-ish. And so his numbers, if he actually shared the numbers and said 3,000 people have signed up and, whatever, and then you can do the math quickly. Yeah. I'm sure that would be like, people be like more out of curiosity than anything else. And he's right. When he first came out with Dark Social, we probably all made fun of him then too. And, he's commented on my posts and been like, people will make fun of you for that. I think it's different when it's like a reframe, like, hey, you can't track social. Like that makes sense. Mm-hmm. He's talking about the description behind the term, but just saying the term and then with zero or not well enough explained, I think that's where he might be then losing people or having us question, what the heck is it?
Yeah.
That's true. So maybe I don't listen to it. I don't read the posts. I just see high frequency and I tune out.
Just purely. Maybe in 3 years that'll be different. I bet you, at some point meditation was a weird thing and like microdosing and all that stuff. And like, I'm not saying those are in the same category, but like, all those words do change. The meanings of them do change, and maybe he will hit it off with it. I think right now it's just, that's the thing that's throwing me off. Again, the principles make sense to me. I get it. 100%. I'd love to go to the North Pole and not have to worry about, like, that sounds awesome. When John Burke's doing there is awesome. I love that he changed John Burke into going, do you know anything about Wales? No one lives there. Like everyone that's grew up there moves because it's very like, it's peaceful and it's just a farm type of thing. Yeah. Many people just move out of there because there's not much to do there. There's not much work and all that. Obviously he works from home, but that sounds peaceful. Sounds awesome.
I will say this, which is, we have a lot of respect for Chris. He's a great businessman. And I don't think that he would have placed a bet on this had it not also been a smart business decision. So he obviously knows something that we don't. So I'm curious to see how far he takes it. And then eventually we'll all join the encoded cult. Am I allowed to call it a cult or no? The product.
Yeah, I think that's where.
And moving on. Okay.
Yeah, seriously though.
This is where the Paceto girls come after us. No, but I really like that explanation. I feel like I have a better understanding of what Chris does. I think that he's going to make it a success. He's just one of those guys where it's like, he'll start a company. It's an automatic success because he has distribution. He has brand. People love him. He does have a cult following. Right. So he always will have at least a baseline foundational measure or benchmark of success, I think, with anything that he touches. Okay. Let's finish it out with closed one.
Fair enough. Moving on to closed one.
Closed one.
This one resonated with me so much. It's from Stefan Bader. He shares a screenshot from someone on Twitter that says, you actually need to be unemployed to catch up with that AI. No jokes. Honestly, I can't explain how true that is. Like, that's so true.
Oh my God. It's so true. I haven't been more stressed than since I've been in-house. Like, I feel like every day I'm behind on something and I have to level set.
Yeah.
Okay, Tass, you have 3 days. I'm just thinking about it all the time. Like all the time. I'm like, how are people having families and doing all this stuff and then keeping up with AI? It's just like, yeah, it's just, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. That's why I'm like, task, just focus. Everybody has a good model. Just focus. Stop trying to migrate and build shit in 15 different things. Just focus on one, build everything in one. That's it. There's so much. It's too much. I mean, our show is a testament to that. We have like big prompt is like primarily our biggest segment, you know.
Next up, Allison Rossi. So
what's next?
And I actually have a personal story on this. She said, it finally happened. LinkedIn forcibly evicted the unicorn emoji from my name. If you need me, I'll be over here being boring as humanly possible. So basically, she had the unicorn emoji in her actual name, not like your headline, the name. A lot of people have like emojis on their names. It seems like LinkedIn's actually finally kind of getting rid of it or forcing you to update it. My interesting story here is there was a time my account got not banned, but like restricted for a couple of days, which is a big problem for me. But it also, one of the reasons it said it did was because I had an emoji in my name. I had like a pineapple in it. So this was like 2 years ago. So like I knew this was coming. I've been telling people like, get rid of it.
Yeah, because you're the fruit guy.
But now they're finally making you update it. For me, it got, it was way worse than this.
I distinctly remember because Anthony Pieri and Rob Kaminsky, they both had the emojis in their names, and Anthony had the guitar and Rob had the Target sign next to their name. And that's like how I sometimes identify certain people is like they have the little emoji. But yeah, they're at least they gave you a reason. Sometimes they just are like, we're cutting you off. And you're like, what did I do? You know, you kind of have to go chase them. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, they're cracking down. Lots of LinkedIn news this time. Updates. All right. That's it
like the show
for Notorious B2B today. So hopefully you cried. Hopefully you laughed and
celebrated. What? Oh, if you like the show or don't care.
Yeah. And if you like the show,
share it with, we do care a little bit. Like, subscribe, share it with people.
We do care.
Or just tell us your feedback. We love feedback. Actually, we will put it into account. Yeah, for the most part. We'll see it. Depends on the feedback.
Implement it. Yes. 1000%. Hey, big shout out to Vector for sponsoring and for giving marketers one less thing to swear about, because nothing spikes your blood pressure like targeting that doesn't target. Am I right? Build audiences by name at vector.co. Your swear jar will thank you. I promise. Go check them out. Vector.co.